minutes out.
Hey, Godmother. Is this like the old days? XCOM swooping in and taking it to the bad guys?
I wouldn't know. I spent most of the war training resistance networks.
Like mine. And for your many, long years of service.
Watch it.
XCOM attaches you to an untested squad and pushes it into the field before it's ready. How is this not like the old days?
I'm just happy to be here. I missed out during the war. Wish I could have pulled my weight.
For which side, exactly?
I find that very hurtful.
Sure thing, Advent.
We are through the checkpoint.
I was never actually Advent.
But they were fitting you for a blocky helmet.
Stow it, both of you. We're here. 3-1 PD gave us the all clear. Grab your gear and prepare to move in.
Hey, what is up everyone? MrNeighbor here with another 10-point game inspection for you guys today. This game we're doing right now is XCOM Chimera Squad. We will be covering 10 things in this video. Starting with number 1, the cutscene which we just saw. The release date, the price of the game, the platforms it's been released on, some gameplay, as well as, controls that I'm going to explain during the gameplay. My recommended controls, as in, would this be better on a controller or mouse and keyboard? How many players this game supports? The tags and genres, which are both listed on Steam and online. Some similar games that this game is like, and things that certain people would like based on other games that they have played, as well as the target audience that I would recommend this game to. And finally, some things that stood out to me, some pros, some cons, and just things in general that I, just want to speak about at the end. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, we already did number 1, the cutscene has already been done. So number 2, going on to the release date. Now this game was released on April 23rd, 2020 at about 8 p.m. So this game is priced at $19.99, but if you buy it on Steam before May 1st, they have a 50% sale going on right now, so it's only $19.99. And this game has been released on PC. I bought it straight from Steam, but I've only seen it for PC so far. So we're going to go ahead and watch some gameplay here. Now, when playing this game, it's just a bunch of combats, and every single combat starts with a breach. Now the breach will have different entrance areas listed here. This one only has 1, but I've seen up to 4. So you go ahead, you list. If it has a little symbol, that's a special thing that certain agents have. You list everyone who's going to breach into that specific entrance. For example, this is my full team. Click breach.
Hostage confirmed in the next room.
Oh.
We need more than that.
3-1 PD.
If you... Enough!
Dialogue.
He's holding it dead.
Go, now!
How's this for an entrance?
So the breach happens. It's not always with the C4. Sometimes, you're just kicking down the door. But as soon as you come in, you see all the enemies. And you use all 4 of your teammates, or however many team members you have, to go ahead and attack the enemies. And it's basically like free damage that you can do right before actually engaging in combat. So like, I just took down 4 enemies, and now it's a 4-on-2. It would have been 4-on-6. So after the breach, it moves on to regular tile style turn-based combat.
Terminal, step
On it.
Verge, with me. Protect the mayor.
Confirmed.
And here for this game specifically, we follow a timeline, and that's how moves are executed. So for example, she's going first, and everyone has 2 actions. I usually use the first action to reposition or run, second action to attack or reload or whatever you need to do.
Moving. Cover me.
And then the controls are pretty much straightforward. There's nothing too extreme about this game. It's more about your ability to make decisions and be stealthy, but you can press Q and E to change the camera. You have your numbers down here for your attacks and abilities. And other than that, you right click to move, and you just press enter. And those are all the controls. So you know, combat continues like that until the whole room is cleared, all the enemies are killed, or you secure the hostage, or whatever the objective is. Now for controls, I would just recommend a mouse and a keyboard because there's a lot more key bindings and you can just see where everything's at, but I'm pretty sure it'd work perfectly fine with the controller as well. But there's no free roaming, there's no jumping, you know,
31PD.
open world kind of concepts that would favor a control.
Shabby for our first official mission.
Don't
And this game is a single player game. There is no local or online multiplayer. And for the genres, they listed it as strategy, turn-based, tactics, and aliens. Strategy, obviously, yes, because you have to choose where to position your units, who to attack, what to use, what abilities to use with the specified amount of actions. Turn-based, it is turn-based. It follows a schedule on the top right, you know, team, enemy. And aliens, yeah, in the story it says that there's humans, aliens, and hybrids on the planet, so they have aliens. And some similar games would obviously most likely be the other XCOM games. I've never played any of the previous XCOM games, so I can't say exactly for sure, but I wouldn't see why it would be any different. And another game that I did play, Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden. That game is another turn-based tactic game, and this feels a lot more similar. The only thing is that game is kind of open world. This one just has missions where just straight combat, and then you go back to, you know, a menu screen. And this game would be for single player games looking for either an intense or a very casual kind of strategy thing, because there is a choice of difficulty in the beginning of the game. You can either choose just story mode, which is basically extremely easy combat and you're just there to immerse yourself into the story, or there's impossible mode where it's like, you know, extreme tactic, enemies know exactly what they're doing, you have lowered hit rates and stuff, and you know, it's for those people who are really into strategy games and are really good at them. And some things that stood out to me, nothing really extremely good. You know, this feels like a regular turn-based tactics kind of game. There was nothing amazing for me personally. The only thing, and it's the only bad thing, and it's not even really a bad thing, this is just how games like this are made. It's just sometimes you'll be right in front of a person and it'll say like 60% chance to hit, and it's like you're literally standing right in front of them. But with all that being said, that pretty much wraps up today's video. Like always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If there are any specific games you know are coming out in the future and you want me to inspect before you buy, be sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to do those. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.